All right, so moved by Dan and second by Natalie that the Recreation and Fitness Committee meeting be opened at 7 p.m. All in favor? Carried. Moved by Natalie and second by Dan that the minutes of the Recreation and Fitness Committee meeting held May 1st, 2023 be adopted as circulated. All in favor? Carried. Any disclosure of pecuniary interests? Any presentations from the public?
No, Kyle, these, did you want to? Nope.
Nope, not
Okay.
And then any reports?
None for this meeting.
And new business. So 6.1 new business, decals and clean-ons.
Yes, so Natalie was very kind to prepare a little flyer. We have decals and bumper stickers and Klingons window that we are going to start selling to the public, $10 each. And they'll be available here. We're going to have a table set up on Canada Day. So as of tonight, then I will post a notice on Facebook and those social media saying that they can be picked up here. And the proceeds from this will go directly back into recreation to support programming, sports, and things like that that we may do in the future.
Perfect. How many did we order?
We ordered 100 of each to begin with.
Quick turn around to get more if we need.
Yes, because I didn't know what the demand would be and I didn't want to be stuck with a whole bunch.
Right.
So, but I do have them available.
Perfect. All right, so 7, unfinished business, 7.1, 2023 events, Canada Day.
Everything is ready to go for Canada Day. Just some last minute supplies. The only thing is we don't really have children's events like games. We have the axe throwing, we have the reptiles, we have the magician, we have the bouncy castles, but to have actual games, I don't have any games. So unless we can find volunteers, like student volunteers, may put something on Facebook just to see if somebody would want to run them.
Okay.
So that's the only thing that I'm missing.
Did Chris get a hold of you to change his time?
Yes, he did.
And did that work for us?
It worked.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure that he was finished before the duck race, because then he would lose his audience. So we arranged with the time, and he's going to go from 4:15 to almost 5 o'clock.
Okay.
And then they can just go right to the duck race.
Okay, perfect. That way he gets a second gig out of that day too.
Yeah. Yeah. So it works out.
Good stuff. So trade show volunteers.
Just not sure what you guys expect to do on that day. We're having a trade show. Yes. On October 15th, I believe it is. And I don't know how you expect to run it, or what do you need to run it?
I don't think we need much. Once everybody gets their registration forms in, we'll know how many tables we need to set up. We'll set up tables.
Well, we can have
So a couple chairs up there and open up that day. Like, I don't think we need volunteers.
So you'll have enough of the committee to help out and whatever.
You just gotta set up some tables, right?
I think so.
Some chairs for each table.
And maybe we can do a bit of a snack booth for camp, or get the
So you have like a snack booth and then tea and coffee or whatever.
easy enough to run.
Okay.
I don't think we need to put a call out for volunteers, so that's an easy day.
Okay. Just wanted to.
So, yeah, I mean, it's October, right? So it's coffee, hot chocolate.
Yep.
Just the basic canteen.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure that we wouldn't need anything else for that day.
I don't think so. Then movie night. Select the movies.
So what do we, 2 or 3?
Two. So,
These are the choices?
well, that was what you guys sent me.
Okay,
I put in my 2 cents and then,
I put in
you
my
said
3
you-
cents.
your 3, and Lee said your choices were good, and that was all I received, so.
Okay,
I didn't vote. I won't be there this year. Doesn't matter to me.
Any other preferences, you guys?
I can't think of any that would be really kid friendly.
So it's not guaranteed that what we give her will be available.
Mhm.
So you gotta give her like a couple different
Yeah.
options.
And see what she can have. So I can send her the list and say, okay, this is
this is the list. of-
the list and go from there.
Yeah,
Okay.
what can you get?
Justice League would probably be a good one.
Yeah, I was thinking something like that.
Yeah.
The second movie,
For the second,
yeah,
yeah. And then,
yeah, like a. one of
then we can do a children's,
Yeah, because I remember last year, a lot of little kids left after the first one.
yeah.
Then it was only teenagers. And
So that's why I was thinking a more,
Yeah.
an older version of something for,
But this one would also really hit home. with
Yeah.
Teenagers, yeah. It's a really good movie.
okay, so we'll put those 2 as second, and then she can see which
Yeah.
ones. It all depends on their release date as well.
This one should be available. It's on Netflix.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying, if it's on Netflix, she may not be able to get it.
Oh,
It
okay.
depends what her license
Okay.
allows. So I'll give her those titles and see what she can get. And then we'll start the promotion. Okay, no more suggestions.
All right, 7.2, terms of reference for recreation.
Our CAO has started working on the general terms of reference. And then she'll be sending those off to council for approval. The committee here is to establish their goals and preferences of what they want the committee. So that will probably, depending if we have a meeting in July or August, it could go to September. And then we can establish at that time, just do a meeting specifically for the terms of reference, like what our goals, what we want our goals to do, to be, and what we want to do moving forward. So you'll see the general terms of reference going to council pretty soon.
Has anybody done any legwork for this coming up to today?
Natalie had brought some comments at the last, one of the last meetings. You'd made some comments about the terms of reference and the mandate.
I only remember her chiming in on the alcohol.
Yes, that's what it was. Yeah, I just had a lot of questions about the alcohol policy.
Yeah. But the term, you did make comments on the terms because you picked out a new name.
Well, I think we all did.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
So we did start on them, but
Yeah.
had other things that,
Okay, I have some stuff. Is it easier just to email it to everybody
sure.
and go over it tonight?
sure.
All right, so 7.3, review of the municipal alcohol policy.
I've reached out to the health unit and I think his name is Quinton. He's going to work with us, him and someone else, on what we need to include, what we can remove from it and whatever. He's meeting me next Friday. Because I did say that we had the outdoor rink now that could be used as a
Right.
location.
Yeah.
So him and his partner are gonna come down, we're gonna take a look at it, visit the whole park to see, so he gets a better layout and then work on that.
Is that for like having, are we going to call it events or just for?
For anybody that wants to have a
Yeah.
liquor license for any events.
Oh, okay.
or
Out
parks.
here, right now, the policy states that you can only hold, the alcohol has to be inside the
Okay.
basketball court.
Right.
That's the only place
Right.
that it can be served and consumed. And that policy was established back like in 2008, 2009, I think. And all of the local clubs here and all adopted the same policy.
Right.
So that there'd be no, questions of what we do and what you do and whatever. And, but now it needs to be reviewed because of the cannabis and all of these other legalities that we have to, like back then, Smart Serve wasn't really known, so now it's part of the program. So they're gonna come down next week, take a look at what we have here, and then work with us to review our policy, and then we can, the local clubs will be invited to sit on this committee and provide their feedback. So they may go back and to their club and say, okay, this is what the townships reviewed theirs. Do we want it to match theirs, or are we gonna do our own, or?
Right.
So,
Yeah, the outdoor rink would make the most sense to have it there now.
well, it means that it'd be an extra location. You know, it's like having a wedding in the park, which we've had requests, you know, almost every year we get one,
Right.
but there's no alcohol. So if somebody wanted to have a wedding in the park, then they could serve alcohol in the park. So
Yeah.
it's just for them to give us their input on where else besides the volleyball court.
I don't know, I feel like this is long overdue, like, it's a pretty substantial document that we went through, and it's not needed, like, the government already has their rules and regulations for setting up events like this. So they already have, like, you have to have running water, you have to offer food, it has to be a fenced in area. If it's not fenced in, you have to provide a fence, like, the amount of events we've run over the years in different municipalities. You know, this is really well above what we actually need. If we could just follow the,
But we also need it for our insurance.
yeah,
Yeah, so that's because if you allow alcohol on the property, you have to have regulations for them to follow. I know there's provincials, but it's what we expect and what we want, because then it becomes a free for all. And if something happens, then the insurance can say, well, did you have this in place? Did you have this in place? And
So do we reach out, like, have we reached out to the insurance to see what they want, or is it just kind of up to us, they go through it?
they go through it, and then they may make recommendations as well. But the health unit is the same that worked with us the last time. There was the health unit, the OPP. There was another organization.
That.
Pardon?
Would that be one?
I don't know. I don't know. So when I talk to Quentin next week, I'll find out exactly what we need.
Right.
And then we'll be reaching out to the insurance as well to make sure that we have what we need.
Right.
it's like the Alcohol and Gaming Commission, like, they already tell you how many people, you have to have an area the size, it has to be fenced, you can only have one exit, or one entrance, one exit, you have to have somebody checking IDs at the entrance, you have to provide washers, you have to provide hot water, you have to,
Yeah.
like, they already cover
Yeah,
every scenario, right?
and those will be put into our policy.
It'd be nice to get a clean policy though,
Yes.
to work from now on,
Mhm.
you know, because this last one is,
Well, like I said, it's supposed to be reviewed yearly.
yeah.
And I wasn't aware of that
Yeah.
until I popped it up I wanted to look at something, and it's like, ooh,
Yeah,
yeah.
it'd be
So,
nice too, though, if the insurance company was a little bit forthcoming with what
Well,
they need.
that's what, yeah, it'd
Yeah.
be nice
Mhm.
if they would, you reach out and say, okay, we need this, this, and this for your insurance.
yeah,
Yes,
but it's just like our summer programming that we do, like it's a 1-week program.
Right.
And when we brought it up to them and whatever, it's like, well, do you have a policy for this and a policy for that and a policy for this? And it's like, no, you need those to run that program. And I said, like, it's a 1-week
Mhm.
program, doesn't matter.
Has anybody gone through the alcohol policy? And
Not
made
since,
notes or anything?
Not yet.
We do have 4 specific meetings outside of recreation to
Right,
work on
to go
those.
through it.
So once we start, when we call a meeting, it'll be specifically only for that purpose.
Right. Okay.
Okay,
I've gone through it, there's definitely, like, a lot of stuff in there we don't need.
no,
Okay, 7.4, summer camp.
the Registrations are slowly coming in compared to previous years. I want to thank those that several organizations have donated already. We're up to just over 2,000. I think it's $2,175. So all our costs should be covered for
Oh,
this
good.
year. There's, there's still one or two more organizations that have told me that they'd be sending
There's-
something
I
in.
know there's one for the Lions Club.
Yeah,
Sure
we
it's
received the Lions Club. Yeah, that we did get. So
How many kids have registered so far?
I think we're at 21,
What's the cap?
48,
Free,
48. But
free.
non-residents doesn't open till June 15, I think,
Okay.
because we wanted to give priority to Bonfield.
Yep.
So I imagine once that opens up, then
The rest, it'll fill up the rest.
Yeah. it'll fill up the rest. So,
I'll do a couple social media posts this week too, because happens every year. People are always like, oh, I didn't know I had to
Mhm.
register in advance. We'll sit at 21 forever and then automatically you're at 70.
Yeah.
So are the donations covering like just Bonfield kids or what,
For
you
everyone.
open it for everyone?
We have two fee structures, so it's cheaper for residents than it is. for
we didn't do
non-residents.
that this year.
Oh.
Lack of funds. However, depending on the donations that we receive, then the committee at our next meeting, if we have the July meeting, could say, yeah, okay, we received this money, it's gonna cost us this much, then we can reduce to, yeah. So right now it's $125 for everyone. And if the committee knows of anyone who has financial hardship, that's what some of those donations are for, is to help out those families. So if the Lions or the Golden Age, if you know of any family that would like to have their kids attend but can't afford it, just get a hold of me.
What did we do last year? 75 and 125? 75 for residents?
No.
No, it was
I think
100
we're
for
on the same last year.
125 for non-residents.
Yeah.
And I think it was 100 for residents and 75 for the second child.
Yeah.
We had-
I think it was 175 we did last year.
Yeah,
Cool. All right.
yeah. So depending how much we receive, then the committee can decide.
I always gauge prices of camps on YMCA, who's supposed to be cost prohibitive. They're at 280 or 285 for a day camp. Local camps around here are averaging about 340 for a week for a day camp. The most expensive ones that I could find right now are about 400 or 440
Mhm.
a week. So 175 for 2 kids. Per
That's a
week.
good deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty
And,
good.
and one mother did say that to me today, like even if the price stays at that, she says that's very affordable compared to,
Yeah.
Everywhere
for
and
us,
yeah,
I
and
wouldn't
the
be able
kids
to
are
afford
always
400
looking
bucks.
forward to coming back next year, like that's the first thing they want, so.
Like I said, we'll do whatever we can to keep the cost down for sure, but I mean, we're right there with everybody
Yeah.
else, right? In the future, like now that we have insurance figured out and, you know, a council that's supportive, you can start running run one in July and run one in August.
Mm.
And start charging cheaper for residents and more expensive for non-residents, and it'll balance out.
Mhm.
Because you're 30 or 40 resident kids over 2 weeks, but then you can take 30 or 40 that we can charge
Right.
150.
Yeah,
It's still cheap.
if we keep the price that we have now, to break even, we can't offer a discount to our residents.
Right.
If we receive no funding whatsoever, like if we just go based on what we
It'd be
collect,
$6 grand a day.
yeah. Yeah. So that doesn't give us any extras for supplies and stuff like that.
Okay. All right. Number 8, any correspondence
None for this session, no.
or information?
Nope.
Next meeting is July 10th.
Because the-
Third is a holiday.
August 3rd is a holiday for the office, therefore the meeting would be the following week. So if you want, we can continue with that session, and then if we don't need to, we can,
Canada Day will be over by then.
Yeah.
And it seems like the movie night's gonna run itself, the trade
Mhm.
show's gonna run itself. And then it seems like terms of reference and alcohol policy will be up next. Is kind of our next to-dos, but we're gonna wait on
the alcohol policy is
government
a separate,
organizations. and
is a
things like
separate
that.
meeting. So we, if you want, we can cancel it or just leave it, and then if we don't need it, we cancel it.
I would almost say to cancel it and then on August 7th, book like back-to-back meetings. Like our rec meeting at 7 o'clock and do our alcohol policy meeting after. So we're not taking up much for that. Thoughts?
August 7th is the civic holiday.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I was just
And
gonna
the
say,
14th.
that's not the holidays.
I was gonna be away that week, so I looked at it.
Me too.
I don't get any time.
I know, it's
June, July. and
So
August.
are we putting a time limit
We
on the
never-
alcohol policy, like going through it?
Well,
Like, could
let's,
run in pretty late.
well, we get 4 meetings, right?
Right.
So if August 14th, if at 7 o'clock we do our rec meeting, and we'll be over by 8 o'clock for sure. And we can start a alcohol policy meeting at 8. And just for our first one,
Right.
we can cap it. Add an hour or whatever. We probably won't go that long.
Yeah.
But I'd hate to give up multiple.
No,
meetings.
I agree, just, we don't need to run it into
Mhm.
My
10
thoughts
o'clock or
is,
anything.
right, no,
And we may not even need 4 meetings.
Right, depends how, yes,
Yeah,
agreed.
but my thoughts are we'll be busy with Canada Day. There's no sense doing a meeting immediately after.
No.
So I would think August 14th, we would do our meeting at 7 and an alcohol policy meeting shortly after,
Yeah.
8 o'clock.
okay.
Everyone's good with that?
What date was that? 14th?
August
Yeah, the
14th. Obviously, we can send stuff back and forth through email to, the guy has some terms of reference stuff and some municipal alcohol policy stuff. So we can send stuff back and forth so that we're a little bit more prepared for the next meeting. All right, so I guess the main things is just promoting our trade show, our movie night. And maybe trying to get some donations for the camp, promote some gift spots.
What date is the movie night?
August,
August
August 16th,
19th.
19th? Okay. And that's a free event sponsored by the Bonfield Racetrack.
Bedford.
Kendra's wedding.
Pardon?
Kendra's wedding.
Oh, okay. Are you holding your games night throughout the summer or no?
They're just going to have. What is this, June? One more, then they'll decide.
Oh, okay.
We hear about it after.
All right, moved by Dan and second by Natalie, that the Recreation and Fitness Committee meeting be adjourned at 7:25 p.m. In favor?
Okay. Thank you, everyone.